Gentlemen, start your engines.
Ladies and gentlemen, the starting grid as they have qualified for the Cookout 400 at Richmond. For the fourth time this year and second week in a row, Ryan Inside Blaney, who finished third last year, will lead the field to the green flag. This is his third pole position in the last 5 Cup races. On his outside, going for his first top 10 at this track, it's Georgian Chase Briscoe. A couple of feel-good stories in row 2 as Josh Wildberry ties his best start of the season after finishing 4th at Iowa, the first top 5 finish for the Wood Brothers on a short track since 2005. Turbo Ty Gibbs is now second in points after scoring the win there. He's also the first driver to have his first 2 career wins come on short track since Kurt Busch in 2002. In row 3, William Red Byron led 122 laps to finish third in the spring of 2022, and Priest Lightning Clash winner and defending pole sitter Ryan Priest was 5th 3 years ago and currently sits 29 points out of 16th. Row 4, Hubba Bubba Wallace led the most laps last year and was a front runner until a pit miscue and penalty did him in, and after placing second in Iowa, the Panhandle prospect Christopher Bell now has 7 runner-up finishes this season, tying Harry Gant in 1981 for the most by a non-winner. Speaking of runner-up, that was also where Bell finished 4 years ago. 4 Richmond victories belong to row 5 as Brad the Big Keselowski solidly sits 19th in points, and Slice But himself, Joey Logano, has gotten so close to winning again here a couple of times with 9 top 10s in his last 11 Richmond starts. Row 6, zooming, Connor Zillett has a top qualifying trackhouse entry in the field, and John the Bounty Hunter Nemechek is there as well. To row 7, 2018 spring runner-up high-speed Chase Elliott has now gone 9 straight races this season without a top 10 finish, and hometown hero and 5-time Richmond winner Denny Hammer and Hamlin's parents now have permanently preserved seats at this racetrack. Row 8, dangerous AJ Allmendinger has 3 top 10s here, and the ace Austin Dillon looks to become the 3rd driver in NASCAR history to win 3 consecutive Richmond races. Row 9 is home to Riley Terrible Hoops and his Monster Machine, and the Melonhead boss Ross Chastain moved up to 18th in the standings after a 7th place finish at Iowa. He was also 5th here 2 years ago. In row 10, the Prosper Punisher 2023 winner Chris Buescher lines up next to the fastest driver in practice, Dandy Daniel Suarez, a 2-time 7th place finisher in this event. Row 11, that Jones boy Eric Jones finished 6th as a rookie 9 years ago, and Carson Hurricane Husavoy later placed 8th in his own rookie season 7 years later. In row 12, Austin Cindric the Entertainer had a top 5 finish last year, and fellow Ford driver Insane Zane Smith in the Old Aaron's Dream Machine. Row 13 is based out of Arizona with 2021 spring winner Alex the Greatest Bowman, last year's runner-up, and marvelous Michael McDowell 6th in spring 2023. The 14th row is where you'll find the Todd Father, in-season challenge champion Todd Gilliland, and Ricky is in the Stenhouse Jr. as a top 4 finish from the spring of 2017. Row 15 belongs to Stone Cold Custer for Haas Factory Team, and 2-time Richmond winner Young Money Kyle Larson's latest attempt at his first win of the season to break a streak of bad luck will have him starting 30th and possibly risk missing the Knoxville Nationals, which is being held on the same night. Back to row 16, the Street Slayer Shane Van Gisbergen debuts a new name and identity of one of his team sponsors, and Daytona 500 champion Tyler Chronicles of Reddick spun out during practice and struggled in qualifying, suddenly making him one to watch as he looks for redemption. In row 17, where there's Austin Hill, there's a way as he has Kyle Busch's signature bow on the hood of his 33, and my, it's Ty Dillon for College Racing. Row 18, Nacho Noah Gregson will retain his front row arc in 2027, and Wisconsin's Josh Bilicki makes his first oval start in more than a year. And in row 19, all by himself, you better beware, it's Cody Ware who spun after suffering a broken transaxle in practice and didn't make an attempt for qualifying. And ladies and gentlemen, there's your field for the Cookout 400 at Richmond.